Warm welcome, guys, to the Quintessential Experience. We're broadcasting from AC Street, Extension 3, Nalmafias. We're outside, Sekasi. We're chilling none other than Thomas Jr. Brown. Can you please describe yourself to people who might not know you? How would you describe yourself?
Normally, I'm a guy who's humble. Always looking forward to do great things in life. So I can describe myself as an humble guy who likes people, who always want to do things in a good manner and in a good way, in a godly way. Yeah, I can describe myself like that.
So, where were you born? Take us back. Where were you born? How was it like, your childhood?
I was born in Mamelodi West, C2. My childhood, it was nice. It was not so bad. I grew up in a family. Ifamily eating ibe ngeZulu. Ifamily ilukuthi it was not so good coming to life, raised by a single parent, which is my mom. I call her the queen of humble. That's where I took the humbleness.
The humbleness, yeah.
Yeah, so we were raised by a single parent. We were five, 4 boys, 1 sister, and then...
Are you the oldest?
No, I'm the second born.
Okay.
There's a firstborn, and then the one who was following me passed away long time ago. So
sad.
Yeah, that's how it is. And then I have only 1 sister. We are 4 guys, but the other guy just passed away.
So what are some of the principles, when you look back, which you think have shaped you to reach this far, to reach this point?
Principles, how can I put it? Let me think. I think the principles mostly that shaped me into be a person that I am today is, as I was telling you about, being humble.
Yes.
Yeah. And then the other principle that shaped me up until this far is, I don't know, most people, they fail to come in contact with that. I call it self-introspection.
Yeah.
So self-introspection is one thing most of the people, they fail in life to do. Because self-introspection helps you to develop things that you know is either they affect your life or they put your life out there. And then it teaches you again how to see your flaws in life. Like,
you learn from them.
Yeah, you learn from them. And then, like, let me tell you a little bit about my story. When I come in contact with self-introspection, I used to drink alcohol a lot, go out with the guys, clubbing and everything. You see,
Back in C2.
Yeah,
in Mamelodi, yeah.
when I used to stay at C2. Actually, I quitted. I'm almost 3 years now. Next year I'll be 3 years alcohol free, not drinking.
Well done, bro.
You see,
That's a good thing.
so self introspection helps me a lot, because I discovered that alcohol had a bad influence into my life. I had many friends. I lost money when it comes to alcohol, and then I'm a businessman. I like to sell things like
You're a salesman.
yeah,
Yeah.
salesman.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I used to run alcohol business
Like a
from
tavern or shibi.
just I can't call it a shibin because I was in at that time I was in like registered as a. It was something like you start at home, you
Oh yeah.
sell until you get there. So I didn't get there just because of I had many friends. When I sell that alcohol, I end up eating the profit. You see, so I end up losing many things. As I tell you about the self introspection, that's the only thing that pulled me through because it shows me a lot of things.
At which point did you feel like, no, I must quit this alcohol? What actually transpired prior before you actually decided to know what? I don't want any alcohol anymore. Is there an incident that occurred
Actually, there was no incident.
or
The only incident that was happening, let's say weekend you drink, let's say you start Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, the only incident it was regrets. You understand? I've spent
a lot of money,
a lot of
transport money,
money. I have to go and borrow
borrow people? Yeah,
money. You
yeah,
see,
yeah, yeah.
something like that. So that's where I said, no, I have to quit. I have to quit alcohol and see what's gonna happen. So ever since I've quitted, my life is coming all together, and then I'll stick to that until the end. I promise myself I won't repeat the same mistake I've done in the past.
Okay.
That's the promise I have.
So growing up with your siblings, how was it like with your single mom, whom I know personally, who is a prophetess? So how was the setup? How did you guys blend together? Like,
Ah,
especially what your mother taught you, the principles that she taught you guys.
it was it was not easy to be honest. Grew up in a four-room house, and my mom loves people. She will invite people. We used to stay with a lot of people
Even now.
in the even now.
Yeah.
That's how humble she is, good heart. So mostly the principles she shared with us is to have a good heart, to love people, to answer your question, to grow up on that environment. It was nice, and you must know my mom. Up until today, she didn't even work. Uh, she doesn't know a payslip.
Nothing.
Nothing. We grew up with that money. That money she prophesied people with, like helping people, stuff like that. We used to get nice clothes, but only to find she doesn't work. As I grew up, I was asking myself how my
How
mom
possible, yeah,
managed to to to
to provide.
to provide for us
Jeez.
in that situation. She doesn't have a payslip, and luckily
And you are
she
eating every day.
we are eating and every day, and luckily she had a luck of getting clothes accounts. Like there was long ago there was this shop. What do they call it? Ash, I forget it. It used to sell uniform and all sort of clothes. Your Lenvin.
Yeah.
It's just that I forget the name of that store, but it was Sales House.
Sales house.
Yeah, Sales House. Store like that. So she used to go and take clothes for us. We eat each and every day. There was no day we slept without eating.
On an empty stomach, yeah. Shout out to Kokong, Kokong Nkosi. Abaningi they know her, Kokong Nkosi.
Yeah.
She's a very powerful woman of God, whom also helped me a lot. I cannot thank her much. I believe that she is a blessing in our lives. Since when she's your mother, she's also my mother. She's the mother of the nation. She loves people. So your story is so touching, from humble beginnings. Here you are now. I even saw a post, was it SAB, where you
Yeah.
what's that name of that group? I think you've won something. What did you win there?
It's actually it's an what do you call it? It's a agency. We call it Pack and Stack. It's
Yes.
a PNS. Basically, they won a contract with SAP again after 9 years.
Of saving.
Saving the partnership with SAP.
SAP, yeah.
So actually,
South African brewery.
yeah,
Uh,
actually, there it's about showing our excellency that we do basically on a daily basis. Like we deal with the clients of SAB, we merchandise for them, we do promotions for them, we make sure everything we do is 100%.
This job you are doing currently, have have you been wanting to do it from a young age, or was there's something else you wanted to do, a career you wanted to pursue?
Actually, should I go back where I started to work?
Yeah.
Actually, I started work at Checkers Moreleta. Actually, the other cousin of mine, Timothy, he stays at Amaskaral. After finishing matric, he's the one who introduced me to join him. He was working there. So on weekends, his boss told him, "Hey, I want someone who's fresh from school to come and help us on the weekend." And then my cousin took me there. That's where I started working there. And then I worked for 3 years there. And then after 3 years is whereby I joined SAB. And then up until today I've been with them. And then basically my
What are your duties, day-to-day duties there?
day-to-day duties,
You're promoting,
promoting,
dealing with clients,
ordering stocks for them, doing weekly promotions, giveaways, and everything. So that's what we do.
So the love of soccer, tell us. I know you're top fan. Mamelodi Sundowns. I saw on Facebook there. Thomas Jr., top fan, Mamelodi Sundowns. When did the love of Sundowns come about? Did you play soccer at one point?
I did play soccer.
Which position?
I was playing as a defender. And then also a central midfield. That's the position I used to like as a footballer. But up until I broke my leg, so it's whereby I couldn't play anymore.
That's sad, man.
Yeah. So Sundowns. I came with Sundowns from way back. It used to play at HMP. The likes of Rambo Chafunya, Andres
Which year was this?
It was 1990s.
90s,
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yo, Zain Musas. We used to watch them at HMP. Yeah. That's why I started loving Mamelodi Sundowns.
Ever since.
Funny enough, when I was young, when Sundowns lost to Kaizer Chiefs, I used to cry a lot. Even my friends used to laugh at me.
I'm sure you couldn't eat also.
I used to love Sundowns. Even now, I love it.
You follow Sundowns religiously.
Yeah. I love that.
Religiously. Geez, so how did you take the loss, the recent loss against Pirates, MTN 8 semi-final, the 2-0? Hey, that one.
That was sad because
What happened there? What happened? I think that game,
That game
Give us the analysis
mostly
on that game.
we lose it in the middle of the park by taking Jali to the bench and put Mvala there
Motobi.
and I'm Toby Mvala and Mukwena. Those people are not hard tacklers, especially the Mukwenas. They are not hard tacklers. At least Charlie, when he's there, he marshaled that defense. So that's where the game we lost, actually.
Jeez. That game, also as a Sundowns supporter, also I felt bad, but I felt like that was a turning point. Some of the things you must actually lose in order to fix, because I've realized that there are problems there on Sundowns technical team, but as you can track back from the beginning of the season up until the Pirate game, they've been winning 1-0 and 1-0 last minutes. They were not convincing, but that loss, I think, it opened up a can of worms, and then that's when they started changing and then putting Rulani Mokoena as a head coach. What's your take on that?
No, he's doing well. Actually, to be honest, I doubted him, honestly. Even on Sundowns page, yeah. When they restructured the team, I doubted him, honestly, but he proved me wrong. He's doing good. As you see, mostly the games that he won, 3-0, 5-0. We beat Pirates 4-0 on Calum Black Label. So you see progress.
And the players seem to be rejuvenated.
Yeah, they very rejuvenated.
Yeah, because they seem to be confused. So, who would you say currently on this current Sundown squad is your favorite top 3 players on the squad?
Cassius Malula, that's my recent one. I like the guy. The young man, he plays very well. And
some describe him as the next Pesitao.
Yeah, when he start playing from the development, most of the people they used to say he's the next Teko Modis. Like you see, there's a similarity between him and Teko. But yeah, I can agree to be the next Pesita because he has an eye on scoring. He scored all. He scored the goals that you you wouldn't even think that he will score. So yeah, I think
so clinical inside the box at a young age.
21 years.
He's playing with both feet. So I was like so impressed with this. I think the future looks bright for him. And then
bright.
the other two.
The other two, I'll go with Rashin Deruk.
The defender.
I love the guy. Yeah.
Plus you're a former defender also.
Yeah, and Tamba's one. Yeah, that's my.
Mshishi.
Yeah, that's my third.
That's good, man. I like the way you love Sundowns. I always follow you. Even the guy Tabang Leslie. Is staying C4, ne? Yeah, that guy you love Sundowns. Yes, and you're always commenting, you're fighting people there on the comments. I always look forward on the comments. You guys are always there commenting.
Page,
I even laughed when you played. Is it La Pals? You guys were not convinced. You're like, these guys are just chefs and whatever. So you can't celebrate such wins. So it's so fascinating how you guys love Mamelodi Sundowns. So, do you guys have memberships or?
I used to have one, but up until no longer joining the branch, so I didn't renew it. So I need a stable branch, at least because I'm staying at Mafias. So I need to get I need to get a Mafias branch so that I can go to the game. To the games each and every time.
Okay, let's move away from soccer and then Please tell us about your daughter who's doing matric now. You must be proud, I'm sure, Case.
Very, 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 very proud. Very proud. I actually in my life I never thought one day I'll have a kid who's doing matric. So I'm very proud. I always tell her, work hard, work hard, work hard, work hard, work hard. You'll thank yourself one day. Just work hard. Just even as a people, there's things will come on the sides, try to disturb your focus.
Yeah.
But I always tell her, you don't entertain such things. And then one thing I always tell her, and I emphasize that thing each and every time. Don't let anyone destroy your peace. Protect your
always be
peace with
peaceful.
all costs. That's the thing I always tell her. And I don't tell her something that is not working for me. It also works for me. I protect my peace at all costs. I don't let anyone disturb
Offend
my
you,
peace.
yeah.
So I protect with all costs. So yeah, I'm proud with her. She's doing fine. Yeah, she makes me very proud. And I always tell her if she uh, pull through to a matric, uh, I'll be very much proud.
You're planning to do something for
Yeah,
her.
I'll be very much proud. So I'll surprise her in any way.
The surprise is tell her, look at the camera and tell her straight that how much you love and value her. A message from a daddy to a daughter.
Yeah,
And the name, tell us her name.
I call her Boo Boo, but in any way it's Kutazo. Kutazo, you know daddy loves you. You know I always make sure I protect you with everything that I have. You know anything you want, you get. So all I'm asking from you is that make me proud, pass your matric with flying colors. Yeah, that's all I ask from you. I even told you on WhatsApp that just make me proud. I don't want anything from you. I just want you to make sure that you make me proud. And you know I love you. I tell you each and every day I love you, and then I'll never stop loving you as my daughter. You are the precious gift that God gave it to me. So yeah, I love you, my child.
Wow, that's powerful, man. I hope she's gonna watch this episode. We'll send her the link so she can watch and learn from you. I think your story it's I feel like you're an emotional person. You do things like wholeheartedly, and the way you spoke and the message you gave her, it's so touching and it's so raw. It's not fake. You're not faking anything, but you're telling her the real things, the issues that, especially in terms of peace, because now people are suffering a lot from mental health, and also people are being depressed. The suicide rate has gone up. So how do you deal with challenges, adversities? And secondly, what can you say what was the darkest moment in your life, and how did you come out of that situation?
Uh, should I should I start with the first question?
Yeah, it's okay. And you can start.
Can you repeat the question again?
Like,
I just hear the darkest moment, so
oh,
my mind
the
just go
second,
back.
yeah, I think. Which moment can you say was your darkest moment, and then how did you come out from that disappointment or dark moment?
Uh, yo, I don't know. My darkest moment. ever in my life. It was on, it was 20,
Sheesh.
2016. Yeah, 2016. Actually, it started from 2015. I used to work as a specialist, a nicest job ever anyone can have.
Mm.
So actually, I started working that job from, it was from 2014. Yeah, 2014, 2015, and then 2016 it happens at the company they cancelled that position,
Jeez.
and then I had to choose whether to resign or to downgrade.
To be demoted.
Yeah, to be demoted, and
Jeez.
then I had to take a more lesser money than the one I was getting paid. So actually, I was getting, let's say, let me roughly say, the amount I was gonna get was gonna be less than 2,000, the one I was getting. So
Mm.
you must understand that I'm used to
That
that
money,
top
yeah.
amount,
Now you
and then
downgrading.
now I'm downgrading. So that was the darkest moment of my life. I had to I had to soldier on though. I didn't resign. I had to soldier on. They had to put me in a difficult si- environment to work to. Transport wise, it was straining. So everything it was straining. Even the job it was straining at itself.
So how did you come out of that situation?
So basically,
You
that
persevered.
it that was a severe moment. I used to tell my friend, I say, you guys, you say you're struggling, you don't know the struggle. I used to sleep without sub,
Jeez.
and
That's sad, bruh.
I was I'm a proud person. I was even like proud to go home and tell my mom, hey, I'm struggling, I need some food or something. I was I was that person, like proud to go home or to call them and bother them.
You had that pride of
Yeah.
not wanting to
Yeah,
bother them,
wanting to
to
bother,
bother
they
people.
have their
Yeah.
problems. So I don't want to include my problems to them.
Jeez.
So I had to soldier on. I had to sleep without eating. I had to I had to go through all that. I had to pray each and every time. Like I didn't lose faith in God. So I told myself, even though it's tough, but I'll never lose hope or faith in God.
God is gonna make a
It's
play.
gonna make a play.
Oh, that's
But
powerful.
look, I experienced depression.
Jeez.
I experienced ev- everything you can think of. I experienced like thinking of taking my life.
Jeez, man.
But
Sure.
God pulled through. I used to pray. I used to tell God, God, is this the life you want me to live?
Must I suffer like
Must I
this?
suffer like this?
Jeez.
Like
Sure.
that prayer, that prayer, the prayer I'm telling you about,
Mm.
telling God, like I was picturing
Crying.
like
Mm.
sitting next to God, like telling Him, God, is this the life you want me to live?
Jeez.
Why should I live like crying? After that, but God pulled through for me. Eventually, I had to move to that bad environment. I have to started working somewhere. It was better. Then my life came all together, little by little, little by little, up until now. And I used to tell my friend, I tell him one day,
Mm.
I say, you know what? Can you believe I made an oath with God? He says, no, you are crazy.
We can't. Izbophezele.
Yeah, what kind of oath you can make with God?
Uh.
I tell him, I make an oath with God that whatever I
Happened.
experience that time, sleeping without food,
For how many days?
struggling,
Was it a day or multiple days without food?
I was like uh, the food I was only getting, like, in the afternoon you can get food.
But the rest of the day you're
The,
hungry.
you, in the afternoon is better than in the evening.
Yeah.
So in the afternoon I used to eat maybe like
Bread
a friend offer me something to eat, something like that. But when it's late, I had to accept that I'll sleep without eating.
Jeez, man.
Sometimes I buy those Zimbas just to balance the stomach.
It's bad. But I'm glad that you soldiered on. So basically, what do you do when you're under pressure? Let's say you're at work. What mechanics do you use when you're under pressure, like, or facing challenges? How emotionally, how do you adjust yourself?
At work, I
The
normally,
pressure that
I,
comes
I,
with your work.
I used to be under pressure. Sometimes emotions
Mm,
can make you vulnerable.
mm,
I don't wanna lie. And then I learned from those. At first, I used to be. When I'm under pressure, I become emotionally. I become like
angry, frustrated.
angry, like angry to people, aggressive. So as time goes on, I learn when you're under pressure, just keep your calm, do whatever you do perfectly, be consistent, then the pressure will be offloaded from you. As today I posted on my social media,
Mm.
I posted uh, consistency is the only tool I know that can make your life easy. Even you are under pressure, but if you know you are consistent with what you are doing, there won't be pressure.
And pull through.
You'll pull through. So,
Actually, do the work.
yeah, it'll do the work for you.
Let's move away and jump to politics. Kanye West recently is making a lot of statements, especially about black people and also the Jewish people. At one stage, he said Harriet Tubman never liberated slaves. Harriet Tubman was a slave back then in the 80s. She liberated a lot of slaves and helped them. They also created the underground rail in which they liberated slaves and freed them from the oppressors. So Kanye West came out and said, no, Harriet Tubman never liberated the slaves. He also went on saying that George Floyd was using drugs. He never died due to that police putting a knee on his neck, but it was drugs, blaming drugs. While it was also proven in court that a white man put his knee on George Floyd and actually died on the scene. He also said the famous words that I can't breathe. So basically, Kanye West, all those statements has created something, a mixed reactions, especially into the black community, because he even posted a tweet speaking about the Jewish people, that he's gonna go death country on Jewish people. So I believe that when a black person undermines another black person, there's no consequence. But immediately when he started insulting the Jewish, he lost Adidas deal, he lost the Gap deal. He was no longer a billionaire on the Forbes list. I think he had $44 million. So the consequences were higher. So that's why I think I came to analyze this situation. I'm like, people become sellouts. They selling out, then they oppress black people, and then the people, the media cherish them. They call them a genius. But once Kanye West started criticizing the Jewish, the white superiority, then he started being in trouble. So what's your take on people who sell out, people, especially black people who sell other black people out for their own agendas? Because I feel like, it's my analysis, he took the pain of black people, he packaged that pain, commodified it, and then now he's looking to make a profit, because all those reactions, all those noise about people, I think now people are constantly chasing reactions. I think this is the dopamine. They're constantly chasing reaction after reaction in expense of other people. Imagine how George Floyd's family is feeling now. Even Harriet Tubman's family is feeling now. Someone coming out tarnishing her legacy. So what's your take on politics? Let's speak politics now.
Coming to Kanye West actually, I don't know what's happening with that guy, because he talked a lot of things. He even criticized Jay-Z. He just do things. He talk about the Illuminati, her mom. I don't know if you saw
Recently
that.
they said, he said no, they
her mom was a
sacrificed their.
sacrifice. Dr. Dre's son was sacrificed.
Jeez.
So I happen to believe there is Illuminati, because
The secret society.
yeah, as you can see, Illuminati, once you pull out from the group, there is nothing in your life.
Destroys you, no?
It destroys you. Like, even I can tell you about R. Kelly. R. Kelly was part of Illuminati, as I see things. And then he changed. He started doing his music about God and everything. You remember his albums about God, God saves me, and whatsoever. So R. Kelly, after doing that, he was out of the picture for a while. And then they started the allegation of him doing his history, way back history. That one got him in jail right now. So, as I think, as Illuminati, once you quit, your life is gonna start deteriorating. So Kanye West now, I think he lost it. So now they are coming after him. That is why he's busy doing all these things. They take everything away from him. That's how I think the Illuminati works.
Because I was watching Podcast and Chill with McG. There's this guy, Sizwe Dlomo. He spoke about Kanye West. They asked him, what are your thoughts on Kanye West outbursts and all those stuff? He said, no, man. He thinks since Kanye West lost his mother, it's never been the same. Because I believe his mother was a pillar, used to teach him, used to educate him. Also, the way he said also suspect that he has a mental issue. Some call it autistic, others can say he's a savant, but it's just speculations. We're not quite sure. Even in the media also say he's bipolar. So I believe that his mother could assist and know Kanye West's weaknesses, and she knew how to support and hold a cent, like holding him, like giving him instructions on all those stuff. So I believe that was a breaking point, the loss of his mother. His mother, just it was There's something bad, and I believe he needs help, because once someone does something like that, I'm asking myself, where are his friends? They should be helping him out, trying to trying to get to the root cause of how is she feeling, even the divorce. There's a lot of things that happened
That's
in
that,
his life. So
I think that's what happens when you move away from Illuminati. He was the best friend of Jay-Z.
jeez,
So when he moves away, that's where everything fall apart.
that's sad, man.
But I believe Illuminati it's a popularity thing.
Fame,
Fame and everything.
flashy lifestyle.
Yeah, flashy lifestyle. So that's how it is. Once you get out of their system, your popularity goes lower, everything goes low.
That's bad, man. So coming back home, 2024 elections. Who are you voting?
Oh, when it comes to election, actually, I don't like politics. I don't wanna lie. I don't like politics. Politics, ish. If I can tell you, since ever ANC, I've never voted in my life, to be honest,
Jeez.
because ish, I don't like politics. Seriously, that is why I don't normally. I can share a view on how things should be, but that's not something troubled me about the government and everything. I won't complain about the government because I didn't vote. I don't follow politics and something like that. I know they say your vote is your voice. So if I didn't vote it in my life, then I don't have a voice. So yeah, but I still believe in ANC. So, but as as things stand, ANC are losing it right now. They are,
There's factions
yeah,
and
yeah,
factions. They're
they're
fighting,
they're fighting. So,
corruption.
corruption and everything. So we just need a government who will help the needy, not who will help the rich
Get richer.
to get richer.
The poor get poorer.
The poor, yeah, something like we don't need government like that.
Because
So
I think the quagmire that ANC find themselves in, I think it started back in 1985 when they had a base there in Lusaka. The likes of Oliver Tambo was there spearheading the organization. Very smart guy, very articulate. So Anglo-American approached them. They set up a meeting. They spoke to the president. They went to Zambia, spoke with the guys, ANC. They told them that no, we want you guys to allow us, our businesses, to be there in South Africa to operate there. Anglo-American then started there. I believe also the tobacco company, I think it's from the UK, also there. So when you look at Anglo-American from America, that tobacco company from the UK, that's where you get a sense that the Queen is there from the UK, and then the Americans are also infiltrating. And then it's like this: someone comes to you, to your house or to your country. He gives you the capital, give you money. You have the idea, but you don't have the capital. He gives you the capital. Basically, you're captured, and you'll only find out later that actually you're being captured, and those guys have infiltrated because they've got the capacity and the money to influence the decisions. So that's why they're like, ANC is like a servant of the white supremacist or the West, wherever you wanna call them. So basically, they're looking after their interest. So they give you this money so that they can have a say in the policies, how they wanna move and everything like that. So that give them the airports, they move goods, whatever they wanna move freely, but they've given you this money, and basically that's why people said you've been captured, because you might come with good intentions from the outside. They said, no, I want to join the ANC, I want to maybe be a president, but when you get there, things are different. There's systems in play in which they are being put in place, in which people you have to abide by. Once you break that rule, then you also get charged and something like that. So I feel like ANC have been in bed with the white supremacists, and what they do, they take our favorite leaders and then give them trinkets like a small nyana house, shares nyana, cars and whatever, and then giving them those things, they come to us, our leaders, they pacify us, the masses. They promise us maybe they'll give you an RDP project nyana, so that you get pacified. You don't actually look at the bigger picture of how the politics are working. We also need political literacy. Just like you said you don't like politics. I feel like we have to get involved in politics, because it's our affairs that affect us. Like load shedding, like right now we will load shedding. So I believe that we all need to vote.
To stand up.
We also have to vote with our money. A person who you support, you must also buy from them, buy from black business. If you say you are Pan-Africanist or whatever, you must buy from black people. You can't say, no, I support black people, I'm a Pan-Africanist, but you don't buy from black people, you don't support black people, you don't support black businesses.
You don't raise your voice.
You don't raise the voice, you don't share information. You using private hospital, private schools and whatever, and then you can come here and pacify us and tell us, no, black people, we must unite. I feel like we need to unite. We need to unite, and we need to move away from race politics, because race politics are the ones that takes us back to apartheid and all those stuff. I think white people and black people need to find each other and work together, find a common ground and work together in harmony. So what's your take on all those things I've just said?
As you say, I need to raise my voice. I won't sit like and say I don't like politics and everything. So now I see the light of what are
The
you saying
importance,
about the importance.
because it's our affairs. They're affecting us. The roads, everything's healthcare, schools, the education
our
system.
kids.
Our kids are there, so we have to at least tell them to know, to be politically literate, financially literate. The most important things, to know the politics, to know the finances, so that even if to have a mentality of starting their own things, their own businesses, acquire skills, not to be always depending on the government. That's one of the reasons I concocted this podcast, for me to be a mouthpiece, to share people like you, to share your stories, to engage together and come together and share. Like besplomekasi ekhoneni sikhuluma, but now we're speaking things that gonna at least enlighten other people, make them aware, make them conscious about how the world is moving, and change their worldview, their political view, so that we can move forward. And I believe people who are gonna survive in the future are people who are willing to unlearn the things they've learned and relearn, to adapt, basically to adapt things you didn't know and then learn again. You see. So I believe that We also, it's our duty as elders to educate, to try to read books, watch documentaries, educational stuff. It's not enough to only scroll on YouTube, watch people dance, people bashing each other, but we actually have to use the social media in a good way in which it's gonna benefit us in the future.
Yeah, that's one thing I always emphasize. If you can check my post, I
Yeah,
don't
I
know.
saw your post. I feel like if you can see this, that the words you are using, the things you are writing about there, you can actually write a book, even if it's a short book, because I believe you've got the capacity and the mindset, and you can articulate your ideas very well, writing them down. Someone reading that post, I think, going through a problem, but reading those words, he find comfort, he find healing, encouragement into those words. So I think it's something you have to look upon to do, to share, in a with more people, to share knowledge, good knowledge, because now we've been fed propaganda, we've been fed information that is biased, that is misleading.
Especially misleading.
Yeah, people, we've been
That's the
misled a
point.
lot. Now people are constantly bashing each other on the socials, cyberbullying, and that's one of the reasons you find people going suicide, because people are taking you on the socials. It's not good. We're using these platforms in a bad way. That's why a lot of people get cancelled, because of the things they say. They never weighed and thought about what are they writing and process, and be human and love one another. We are one. I believe we are one. This thing of race, we must try also to move away from race things. Yeah, being non-racist, non-sexist, and come together as a people and build this beautiful country of ours.
Positivity, because now we're experiencing. I used to say to people, I used to say, if you are not mentally fit,
Mm.
social media can destroy your mind. In a very bad way. Because I have a column each and every Tuesday. I call it Reality Tuesday.
Yeah.
So on that column, I write about the reality, personal experience. Uh, Most of the people, what they are doing wrong, like your peer pressures,
Mm.
like doing things everybody is doing. So I always say, do things, do do things that don't do the opposite of the things that most of the people they are doing. Don't just be a follower in each and everything. TD Jakes used to say, if you want to be a mediocre,
Mm.
do as they do, dress like they
They
do,
dress,
yeah, eat like they,
eat,
yeah.
yeah.
You see something like that, you become a mediocre.
Yeah,
Do
people
you
need to
understand?
find themselves, need to find out who they are.
Who they
Because
are.
I believe the highest form of education is self-knowledge.
Self knowledge.
People
That's
need
true.
to acquire knowledge. It's very, very important. Now we're in the fourth industrial revolution. We're living in the metaverse. We're always on our phones. Information, it's easy to access information. It's not like the olden days where we had to go to the library to check the
Find out.
dictionary. Your phone, your smartphone has has a dictionary. You can go, you can invest in yourself, buy data. I'm giving you guys a hack now. I'm giving you a tip. Buy data, invest in data, go to YouTube, study there, read books. There's audio books there. Listen to audio if you are lazy to read. Listen to audio books while you are traveling. You can never always listen to amapiano, whatever.
Yeah.
Njalo nje, all day, all night. No, we need to move away from the party life and the entertainment life, but to be, as you say, to be real.
Yeah.
Reality now, reality checks, to check ourselves, like, no, whoop, this thing was the end goal of me always constantly consuming information that's not useful to me. You end up not having a broader and wider perspective in life. You end up being negative, you end up being bitter, you end up being envious of people who are moving, who are doing something. Start something where you are. Create a video. I started this podcast using a phone, my phone, but as it grows, as it goes, we're using cameras now, we're pushing. It's life, and then we're making mistakes, but we learn. I'm not perfect, but I'm not expecting anything, but I try the little I know to share with people so that we can move forward as a people.
Which is it's a great thing. You used to send me those links, and I used to watch them. You did the one with Bones.
Bones, yes,
Yeah,
shout
you
out
used
to
to.
Mrs. Bones. And yeah,
Shout out my
his
nigga.
episode they really did well. That guy, his
Yeah.
story. I love people's stories. It's raw, it's unfiltered. We're not scripting anything. We're having a conversation, and with this information, you're motivating someone else who doesn't have food at the moment right now, but listening to your story and watching it, he would be like, no, that guy persevered. Actually, it's these things are seasonal. It's the season where I'm not getting anything. It's dark now, but I'm gonna see the light.
Yeah.
In that darkest moment, that's where ideas come about. That's where consciousness come about. That's where you start finding yourself in those darkest moments. That's why I asked you about the dark moments, so that's where I could give people a picture that in dark moments, it's where you actually find yourself. It's where you actually find out who's your friend, who's not your friend. Because there's a lot of people who are pretending. Other people come into your ship. When they come into your ship, they want to sink your ship because of they want to be the captain. They want to take you off that captain chair. They want to take you out of the ship. They're sinking your ship. So we must be careful of the people who we let into our lives, and constantly learn, constantly introspect and see how far we are, and then where do we come from, to study the past so that we can understand the present.
That's true.
Your final words as we are wrapping up. I think it's an hour now. We're pushing. We need to wrap it up. Give us. I've got last questions. A meaning of God to you and advice today. And meaning of God, and what do you wanna be remembered as?
Yo, God, sweet. I love God. I don't want to lie. I've seen, I've seen God in my life, and then since I come in contact with God, I've never looked faith, because I've developed a fellowship with Him,
That
and
bond.
then that bond with Him, a fellowship with Him, that's that's the only thing I survive with. Yeah, that's all I can say.
About
And then
And then, when all is said and done, what do you wanna be remembered as?
as a real man who likes reality, who hate fake fake people with all my heart. I don't wanna lie. Like uh, social media, social media is whereby you'll see people are fake, like they are living their lives, which is not their life. So I wanna be remembered as a good guy. I wanna be remembered as a proof that good guys still exist. That's all I can.
Okay, so people, when they want to see your work on the socials, just like your post, you constantly posting, how can they find you? Give us your social media handles.
My social media, actually, for now I have Facebook. For now, I'm Thomas Junior on Facebook, and then the Twitters and the Instagram, I move away from them. But if I get a chance to download them again and start entertaining people with them, I'll just put it on my Facebook page, and then that's where you're gonna get.
Thank you, Thomas Jr. It's been a great pleasure seeing you, visiting you here in Extension 3, Mamelodi, Nal Mafias. Guys, we're wrapping up, we're signing out. Remember, allow the process to shape you. Boom.
Thank you, guys.